If this isn't a sign that spring is here, I don't know what is. My asparagus burn is growing quite ridiculously. There's something about frying cheese that's just so irresistible. It's crispy, salty, and a little spicy. And dripping everywhere. I've always thought Caesar salad is super difficult to make, but it's actually not. First, finely mince 3 cloves of garlic and 2 anchovies until they become a smooth paste. It might take a minute, but trust the process. Then to the garlic fishy mash, add juice of a lemon, an egg yolk, Dijon mustard, and lots of salt. Slowly drizzle in some vegetable oil while whisking until it emulsifies into a creamy dressing. Finish it off with a generous amount of grated parmesan. For the salad, I chopped up some romaine lettuce to bite-sized chunks and gave them a good spin. Dry leaves are key to a crisp salad. I also baked some chicken thighs, simply seasoned with salt, pepper, garlic powder, and a rub of olive oil. The star of the show is actually this homemade crouton. Cut up some sourdough into chunky bits, toss them with olive oil, salt, pepper, and a sprinkle of parmesan. Then bake them for 10 minutes until golden and crispy. Once you make Caesar salad from scratch, there's no going back to store-bought ever. Who knew the most famous salad is this easy? Homemade croutons are just so much better. Gordon Ramsay is a genius. My very first hot cross bun on a Good Friday. There are so many raisins and random dried fruit in this. It's even hard to avoid. In every bite, you can't even pick it out. Actually, I'm being dramatic. I quite enjoy the hot cross bun despite the raisins. We're heading to Brighton for a little escape from the city, so I decided to make a proper sandwich for lunch. My secret weapon is sun-dried tomato pesto. It's tangy, nutty, slightly sweet. Think of it as the cooler, edgier sister of green pesto. Yum. Grab a big ciabatta, slather one side with pesto, the other with butter. Then load it up with rocket, tempeh bacon, and mozzarella. Slice it up, and voila! You've got 5 sandwiches that seagulls would 100% mug you for. Yogurt bowl. For lunch, I marinated some chicken thighs with whatever season felt right in the moment, which meant gochujang, soy sauce, cooking wine, garlic, and honey. It's sweet, spicy, and savory, surprisingly delicious for something so unplanned. I also found an orange in the back of my fridge and made a super refreshing fennel orange salad. Fennel is a veggie I only discovered recently, but I've totally fallen for it. That crisp, slightly peppery flavor is so distinctive, and when you pair it with juicy orange slices and a zingy lemony dressing, it just tastes like spring in a bowl. Secured all the goods, now let's get chopping. If you ask me, the number one rule for hot pot is, there are no rules. There are endless ways to enjoy a hot pot. Toss in whatever ingredients you're craving, and mix up a dipping sauce that suits your mood. It's not about doing the right way, it's about gathering around the pot, sharing stories, and having a good time with the people you love. When I was little, my mom used to take me to a local duck hot pot spot after school. A simple routine that always felt so special. At university, we'd reward ourselves with Haidilao after exam season, running on zero sleep but very high spirits. That said, I do have one personal rule. Cheese-filled rice cakes are non-negotiable.
Deixa de preguiça, deixa o cobertor, deixa que hoje eu vou ser o teu calor. Sei que tá friozinho, já sei como é. Sei que o nosso amor aquece quando quer.
The blueberries burst in your mouth, and the middle is still gooey.
Deu esperança de beijinhos. Não espere tanto, tanto tenho a dar pra fazer o frio evaporar. Deixa de preguiça, deixa o cobertor, deixa que hoje eu vou ser o seu calor. Sei que tá friozinho, já sei como é. Sei que o nosso amor aquece quando quer. De manhãzinho o sol nasceu.
For dinner, I made this viral Marry Me chicken pasta recipe. It's said to be so delicious that it could lead to a marriage proposal. Although I think if you really love someone, you use chicken thighs instead of breasts. It's a one-pot, no-fuss kind of dish. Sear the chicken, throw in your spices, some dried tomatoes, pasta, and let it all bubble away until it's rich and creamy. Would I say it's marry me good? Maybe not. But it's definitely I'll do the dishes without complaining good. This is the sound of a good pasta.
Já sei como é. Sei que o nosso amor.
Today is the last day of our 4-day weekend. I'm feeling a little sad. Let's make shakshuka. It always baffles me how bland supermarkets tomatoes can be. If you're after that rich tomatoey flavor, especially for something like shakshuka, you're honestly better off using canned tomatoes or picking up the good stuff from a local market. Simmer the sauce, crack in a few eggs, sprinkle some fresh herbs, and then you've got the perfect brunch. Bread found on the road. No, bread found on the side of the road. a very spring salad. I saw this recipe online a few days ago and thought I have to try it. The lemon and lime makes it so refreshing. And I also added some prawns because it's going to go bad soon. What's your favorite Thai food? For me, it's hands down pak krap pao. I can already smell the spice from here. This is gonna kick my ass. I still remember the first time I had it. I was sweating, eyes watering, blowing my nose nonstop from the heat. And yet I could not stop eating. It's a perfect storm of heat, umami, a touch of sweetness, and those deep, fragrant aromatics. Just one bite and you're hit with this bold, unapologetic flavor that's so addictive. And of course, there's the crispy fried egg on top. Yolk still runny, oozing over a bed of steaming rice. Fiery, comforting, and full of character. I finished everything and then just realized I didn't use the basil. That's the whole point. Oh wow. Who doesn't love a sweet and savory combo? I brought back a lot of coffee from Vietnam, including this weasel coffee. So there are coffee beans eaten and then pooped out by weasels. They smell absolutely incredible. When a lady at the coffee shop asked me to smell the beans, I was instantly hit with this rich, almost decadent aroma. Think melted chocolate, toasted nuts, and a hint of caramel. I bought a bag without hesitation, of course, even though I definitely don't have any room in my luggage. These beans actually pass through a weasel's digestive system. Sounds wild, I know, but during that process, natural enzymes break down the proteins that normally make coffee bitter. The result? Smoother, less acidic, and way more complex in flavor. It is really rich, quite strong. You can still taste that sweetness and the nuttiness. Very nice. Very, very nice indeed. I'd charge £4 for this. I think I prefer tuna over spam in kimchi fried rice. Tuna just blends into the rice better. The best way to use leftover rice. If you're looking for a lighter, fresher way to enjoy steak, you have to try negi shio sauce. Negi means spring onion and shio means salt. It's a classic Japanese topping that's often served with grilled meats at home. Finely chopped spring onions mixed with salt, sesame oil, and a squeeze of lemon. It's zesty, savory, and cuts right through the richness of the beef. This is a steak bowl that feels satisfying without being too heavy. Perfect for warmer days when you still want something filling but refreshing. When you see people inventing a new way of making gnocchi, you simply just have to try it. Now let's bake these small potato dumplings. I know not all viral recipes or food hacks on TikTok are worth your time, but this one is 10 out of 10. Chop up your veggies, add in a full bag of gnocchi, toss them with olive oil, your favorite seasoning, and then adding some sausage. Throw it in the oven for about 30 minutes and dinner is served. I also added a few dollops of leftover sun-dried tomato pesto, and it brought everything together so perfectly. Minimal effort, maximum flavor.